What's up, Steelers Nation? Your Pittsburgh Steelers are on a mission to refine their game, secure their spot in the playoffs, and bring home that Lombardi trophy. Before we dive into today's breaking news, covering crucial injuries, a grueling schedule, and potential roster moves, take a moment to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps us going, and we've got a lot to unpack. Let's dive in. Steelers Nation, the next few weeks will define our season. Starting this Sunday, the black and gold face the Philadelphia Eagles, followed by the Baltimore Ravens, and then the Kansas City Chiefs, all in just 11 days. The condensed schedule is challenging enough, but the team is also dealing with major injury setbacks. Star safety Deshaun Elliott, who has been a key force on defense, popped up on the injury report this week with a hamstring issue. Elliott has been a standout this season, racking up 96 tackles and forcing 2 fumbles, while playing a crucial role in both the run and pass defense. Unfortunately, his status for Sunday is looking doubtful. After light jogging during practice, Elliott hasn't participated fully, and his absence could leave a noticeable gap in the secondary. Minkah Fitzpatrick, always a leader on the field, had this to say: "It's next man up. We pride ourselves on being a defense that smashes the run." This mentality will be tested against a dangerous Eagles offense led by Saquon Barkley, who currently leads the NFL with 1,623 rushing yards. The Steelers' defense has proven it can shut down elite running backs, holding Derrick Henry to just 65 yards in Week 11, but Elliott's absence will make that task even tougher. Damontae Kazee and Cameron Sutton are expected to step up in his place. While capable, they'll need to be at their very best to fill Elliott's shoes. There's some good news for the defense, though. Defensive tackle Montravius Adams, who has been sidelined since Week 7 with a knee injury, has made significant progress in his recovery. Adams has participated fully in practice for the past 2 weeks and was spotted doing drills on Friday. While he hasn't been officially activated off injured reserve yet, the hope is that he'll return soon, possibly even for the game against the Eagles. His presence would be a big boost for a defensive line tasked with stopping Barkley and keeping Jalen Hurts in check. Switching gears to the offensive side of the ball, rumors are swirling about a potential addition to the Steelers' receiving corps. The Miami Dolphins have reportedly released Odell Beckham Jr., making the veteran wideout a free agent once again. At 32 years old, OBJ is far from his prime, but he's a proven playmaker with a Super Bowl ring to his name. While his recent stint with the Dolphins was underwhelming, just 9 catches for 55 yards, Beckham's experience and pedigree could make him a valuable depth piece for a team like the Steelers, who are still searching for consistency at wide receiver. Mike Williams was brought in earlier this season to bolster the receiving unit, but the results have been mixed. With George Pickens dealing with a hamstring injury and potentially missing multiple games, adding a veteran like OBJ might be worth considering. Steelers Nation, what do you think? Should Pittsburgh take a chance on Beckham or stick with the current roster? This Sunday's game against the Eagles is pivotal. A win would not only clinch a playoff spot but also set the tone for the tough stretch ahead. Beating the Ravens in Week 16 would secure the AFC North title and a home playoff game, while a victory against the Chiefs in Week 17 could keep Pittsburgh in contention for the AFC's top seed. But it's not just about winning, it's about surviving. The compressed schedule raises legitimate concerns about player safety, as pointed out by analysts and fans alike. Coach Mike Tomlin addressed the challenge with his usual no-excuses attitude. "We're not in the business of making excuses, but the league needs to prioritize player safety. That said, we'll be ready." The team's resilience will be tested, but if there's one thing we know about Steelers football, it's that they thrive in adversity. Steelers Nation, we're living in a historic moment. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not only dominating on the field this season, but they're also giving fans an inside look at their journey through HBO Max's Hard Knocks in-season series. Watching Coach Mike Tomlin fire up the team, witnessing Joey Porter Jr.'s growth, and seeing how this group prepares each week has been a treat for fans. But not everyone is thrilled about the extra attention. Ahead of Sunday's matchup, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni stirred the pot, claiming that the Hard Knocks series gives Philadelphia an edge. "You can tell it's part of their culture," Sirianni said, referencing the Steelers' focus on creating turnovers. "I guess you get to see it a little in the episodes of Hard Knocks when Tomlin talks about it. It's an advantage. You get to see some of those things." Sirianni's comments come just days before the Steelers travel to Philadelphia, a city where they haven't won since 1965. While the Eagles boast an impressive 11-2 record, cracks are beginning to show in their armor, with tension brewing between star quarterback Jalen Hurts and wide receiver A.J. Brown. Sirianni's claim raises an important question. Could the Hard Knocks spotlight be giving opponents an inside track on the Steelers? Let's rewind to the Week 12 matchup against the Bengals. Coach Tomlin was seen advising rookie Nick Herbig to exploit specific weaknesses in Cincinnati's offensive line. The result? A massive forced fumble by Herbig, leading to a defensive touchdown. Now, opposing teams like the Eagles might be taking notes. If Sirianni and his staff are watching Hard Knocks closely, they could potentially use Pittsburgh's own strategies against them. But let's be honest, Steelers Nation, great teams don't let others dictate the game. Speaking of dictating the game, one of the most exciting storylines heading into Sunday is the anticipated showdown between rookie cornerback Joey Porter Jr. and Eagles star wideout A.J. Brown. Porter has been a revelation this season, showcasing physicality and lockdown coverage skills that have helped Pittsburgh's defense rank among the league's best in creating turnovers. While penalties have occasionally been an issue for the rookie, he's been working hard to clean up his game, something fans have seen firsthand on Hard Knocks. Meanwhile, A.J. Brown enters the matchup visibly frustrated. He was caught on camera last week voicing his displeasure with Hurts and the Eagles' offensive struggles. This friction could play right into the Steelers' hands. If Porter can stay disciplined and disrupt Brown's rhythm, it could be a game-changer. Unfortunately, the Steelers' offense will likely be without its biggest playmaker for another week. Wide receiver George Pickens continues to recover from a hamstring injury, and his absence was felt in last week's game. Without Pickens stretching the field, the Steelers' offense struggled to find big plays. Against the Eagles' top-tier defense, it's going to be a tall order for Kenny Pickett and the rest of the unit to produce points. Expect the game plan to lean heavily on Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren in the run game, along with short, quick passes to keep the chains moving. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the coaching battle. Steelers Nation knows that when Mike Tomlin is at his best, he's one of the top coaches in the NFL. His ability to rally the team, adapt on the fly, and execute a sharp game plan is second to none. But there have been instances, let's be real, where Tomlin has been outcoached in key games. This week, it's crucial that Tomlin brings his A-game. The Eagles are a disciplined team, especially when it comes to limiting turnovers, which plays directly into Sirianni's hands. The Steelers will need to capitalize on every opportunity, forcing mistakes from an Eagles team that has shown signs of vulnerability. On the flip side, Sirianni has had his share of questionable moments this season, with some fans even calling his decision-making into question despite the team's stellar record. If Tomlin can outmaneuver Sirianni on Sunday, it might just be the difference between a win and a loss. Here's what's on the line. 1. Against the Eagles, win and the Steelers clinch a playoff spot. 2. Against the Ravens, a victory secures the division title and guarantees a home playoff game. 3. Against the Chiefs, beating Kansas City keeps the Steelers in the hunt for the AFC's top seed, though they'll need help from other teams. The stakes couldn't be higher, and every game will require contributions from all phases of the team: offense, defense, and special teams. Now it's your turn, Steelers Nation. How are you feeling about this tough stretch of games? Can the defense hold strong without Deshaun Elliott? Should the Steelers make a move for OBJ or focus on developing their young receivers? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for all the latest Steelers news and updates. Together, we'll ride this roller coaster of a season all the way to the playoffs. Until next time, here we go, Steelers.